Keeps running through my mind. I'm trying to keep it satisfied. The music gets me hypnotized. Don't analyze, trying to realize.
Rocking Ross here with the man Kutski. Just played Rocked. It's been awesome. Bit more about yourself.
Yeah, it's been a crazy night, hasn't it, tonight? I mean, it's like kind of, you know, sometimes when you've got the Saturday night gig, and I had a gig in Switzerland last night, so it's like a bit tired, and you know, when you're kind of driving down, you're kind of thinking, oh, kind of rave, sleep. Well, when you get an atmosphere like that, it's like it's always rave. So yeah.
What are your plans for the year?
Just kind of, it's pretty much gigging for the summer, right the way through. I'm playing in, I'm out in Italy next week, Germany at the weekend, and then I'm back for a couple of weeks, a couple of gigs around the UK, and then I'm going out to Australia to do some stuff out there, like this is like Magic City Festival and stuff like that, which should be really cool. And then as soon as I come back, it's festival season over here. So the festival's over here, and I haven't planned out past that. It's like, yeah, keep things in perspective, like, yeah, don't plan too far ahead.
One question I keep getting asked by all the up-and-comings: what advice can you give to break into the scene these days?
Yes, I mean, it's always a tough one, because back in the day when I came through, what I did is literally went to all the raves I could, collected flyers, got the phone numbers off the back of the flyers, phoned up, got an address, and posted mixtapes to them. Now obviously it's a completely different era now, and there's so many different ways that you can do it, but there's obviously, as you know yourself, production, a brilliant way to get, you know, kind of get your foot on the ladder, get people noticing you, because they'll know your tracks, playing tracks out, and then obviously the demand for the music's there, then the demand for you to DJ will be there.
Tell us a bit more about your tutorials.
Yeah, the whole YouTube thing, I'm just like a bit of a geek with it. It's like kind of, because whenever I get like a new toy or something, I'm always like, when my mates are coming around, or like if your mum and dad are around the house, I'm like, oh, you want to see this new? And I don't give a shit. They're not bothered. Like, so then I found out I can put it up on YouTube and people are actually interested can find out about it. So it's just kind of, it's a bit of a self-indulgent geeky thing that I just do for my own personal amusement really. But then obviously there's a lot of fellow DJ geeks out there that want to see all the new equipment that's going on, and I've started working with a lot of companies now in product development, which is pretty cool. So it's like, so it's kind of, it's a good way for them to get, you know, their products out there. Yes, you know, there's like the crazy shit that you can do these days, man. I mean, a lot of it, it's like you see people like, you know, the chin straps out there going, that would never be practical in a club, or that doesn't sound good with music, it's not supposed to sound good, it's just proof of concept, isn't it? It's like, look, I'm making an iPad controlled tractor. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Like, so.
How did the Alex Kutski experience come about?
Yeah, me and Alex obviously kind of, we grew up on the scene together when we were coming through like through the ranks together and stuff, and yeah, so we've always both been proper geeks when it comes to, you know, DJ technology and stuff, and the amount of times that, say, you know, kind of late night sessions around one of each other's houses, you know, just playing with equipment and going, what if this, what if that, and it's kind of thought that, you know, it got to the point that after a couple of years we'd been headlining, you know, like all the festivals individually, and it's like we thought it'd be nice last year to do something, you know, like a little bit different, just to mix it up a bit, and rather than just doing it back to back, it's kind of like a bit like, well, that's cool and everything, but if we actually bring some new equipment, some new stuff along with us, say, you know, kind of all the stuff that we found that actually works in a club, and take it out and just have like a full-on geek session with it. So that's how it came about. We, you know, kind of, we originally only wanted to do 1 or 2 shows just to see how it went, and we both really enjoyed it and really buzzed off it, and it just felt really kind of like natural and relaxing and stuff. It's, if you take all that equipment out with you and you're on your own, there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders, whereas it's like, I'm not being funny, it's like if I went up there and something went wrong with it all and the music went off, I'd be the first one to be saying in an interview going, yeah, Alex, press the wrong button. So you can pass the book on to somebody else. Sorry, Alex.
How did you get on Radio 1? How did all that come about?
I was back in the day, so I've been with Radio 1 now for about 5 years. I pretty much was the only person on the scene that was playing hard dance and hardcore, you know, representing everything, all the scene. And a lot of people kind of back in the day were kind of going, oh, you should just pick a style and stick with it. And I was like, well, I've always been about representing everything. And then it was like, lucky around that time, Radio 1 were looking for somebody for a new show that we were doing called The Residency, when they wanted like 6 new DJs that played music that wasn't covered on the show, and they wanted somebody that wasn't primarily a producer, you know, so they wouldn't be playing all their own stuff, somebody that wasn't signed to a label, so they'd be biased. And so, you know, once you went through all the tick boxes, I was pretty much the only person that was left with it. So kind of they said, do you want to come down and record a pilot? I was like, I suppose so, why not? Yeah. And everything, but I just thought it was just a case of, you know, like you record a pilot, and then, you know, I have something that's like, this is, you show the grandkids, this is when I went down and recorded a pilot at Radio 1, and they were like, we really like the pilot, we want to give you the show. And, you know, that was just kind of doing 6 weeks on rotation, and that changed to every month. And then, you know, Thursday nights turned to Saturday, like Sunday mornings, like, yeah, Saturday night, Sunday morning. And then when they had the big shuffle of Radio 1 about nearly 3 years ago now, they'd kind of, a couple of DJs got moved into different time slots and everything. I got moved on after just Jules on a Friday night weekly, so I was like, wow, yeah, the rest, as they say, is history.
How did you find tonight? Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
What do you think about the Stoke crowd?
It's crazy because I've never played in Stoke. Obviously, it's quite a near to home gig for me. I'm only an hour up the road and stuff. It's very rare that I get to play so close to home. And obviously, never played to Stoke before. I don't think I've ever even been. I've driven through, but never been here. But I know the heritage that it has. The clubbing scene, like Shelley's, Kinetic back in the day and stuff. So it's kind of it's almost been a shame that there's been nothing going on. So big respect to my man here who's actually putting some stuff on and getting the scene back on the kind of back on the map and that. And it's what it's about. I mean, it's kind of it's deceiving to call the place a bar really, because the atmosphere in there was just like, it was like a proper club atmosphere and it was really going off. And it's, sometimes when you play like places like that aren't really associated with hard style or hard dance music, you think that it's not going to be an educated crowd, but it really is. People knew the music, they were well up for it. I think it definitely is. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, sometimes you go to places, you try and play a bit credible, people aren't interested, so you end up just like mindlessly playing stuff that they'll know. But it wasn't like that at all. So it's like, I just think it's like if you're getting good attendance in the club, people know the music, and that's what it's about. I mean, that's the foundations for a good club night, so it's like it's only going to be onwards and upwards from what I see, really.
Yeah, rocking Russ and Kutski.
Thanks for having me.
Keep it rocked.